What is up, everybody? We welcome you to SportsShack episode 48. I'm Brandon Natali, along with Denis and I. There's been a lot going on in the sports world. What?
I thought 48 was the last episode we did, but I trust you.
You know what? Let me do my research right now. I'm pretty sure.
It doesn't matter.
I mean, hey, you know what? Every day is episode 48. But let's see. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, let me see. Nope, this is episode 48. Last one was 47.
Okay.
Yes. So again, episode 48. My name is Brandon Natali, along with Denis Tui. How you doing today, Denis? I know you've been telling me before.
I'm doing okay. Like, honestly, no complaints. Hanging out, more or less got the house to myself this weekend. My parents and my puppy are on a vacation.
Oh, really?
And yeah. Yep. And I'm just hanging out, man. Went to the deli this morning, got a nice bacon, egg, and cheese, salt, pepper, ketchup on a hero.
Okay.
For me, I don't know about you, but for me, deli hero over deli roll.
Okay.
100%.
Intake. I don't know.
100%.
I mean, whenever I go to the delis, I always get the bacon, egg, and cheeses on a roll, salt, pepper, ketchup. Like, I always get it on the roll. Some people get it on the bagel, but no, I always get it on the roll. You know, that's just me. But I was gonna say, you know, shout out to A&A Deli. You know, rest in peace to the owners, two of the owners.
Yeah.
So they had the best heroes, especially the best chicken cutlet heroes. Chicken cutlet heroes for chicken cutlet, lettuce, tomato, oil, and vinegar. It was my favorite.
Are you ever in Syosset at all or no?
Not as much, no.
No. If you are, Woodbury Country Deli. Dude, when I was a landscaper, those sandwiches got me and another friend of ours through some shifts. Fried chicken cutlet, mozzarella and bacon on a hero. Ooh.
Sounds pretty good.
Sounds pretty good, but now it makes sense why it's 350 pounds. All right, so sports. We loaded week today. And
real quick before you get to that, and I know you have a million questions, but you know, I figured I did a pro. You have your face right now. There's no shock. I did show this before. Just real quick, I know, just because I know I did the promo on our Instagram account, but I figured I'd just get out of the way. Just do it right now in the beginning of the show.
Oh yeah, you did say so.
Remember, this is only Maple Bet. So again, the owner, shout out to the owner. His name is Mark. He got this customized for me in Mets colors. Yes, my loser Mets. And I know, 8-game losing streak. They deserve to be called the loser Mets. That's right. Man, don't get me started. But at least my fantasy team's heating up, and that's gonna, you know, I definitely want to talk to you about that soon. Quick 2 minutes on that. So, anyways, only Maple. If you're serious about your swing, listen up. Not all wood bats are built the same. That's why only Maple comes in. These are pro-grade maple wood bats, maple bats, not wood, maple bats. Built for hitters who want real performance, real durability, that are clean, solid, feel off the barrel. We're talking premium maple, balanced right, and made to handle high-level play. Whether you're grinding in games or taking reps in the cage, this is the kind of bat you want in your hands. Check out Only Maple and upgrade your swing today. There you go. You heard it first. All right. I know you said you have a million questions about the bat. I'll answer them after the show, but yeah, I just had to get our promo from one of our sponsors out of the way. I guess so. Technically, our first sponsor, so shout out to them.
Hey, Only Maple.
Shout out to Only Maple. It is a pretty cool bat, though. So yeah, anybody.
It's a very nice bat.
It is. Really
the number one question I was going to ask Brandon was, where did you get such a swaggy bat? And you answered it.
That's right. That's where I got the swaggy bat. From only Maple. Again, they're not wood, they're maple. And yeah, it is a pretty nice bat, I'm not gonna lie. So I mean, if I do play baseball, that will be a bat I will use. But I know we were talking about beach volleyball the other day.
Yeah, I gotta look into that. If you guys actually want to make a league, I would love to.
That would be fun. It would be something. Yeah, I agree. I would be interested. Is it like once a week, I guess?
Yeah.
It sounds fun. Like I don't know, like it seems like I know some volleyball, like, you know. So, you know, maybe gather some people. It sucks my schedule because my schedule is going to be a little rough. I don't know if I'm working days or I'm working nights, and I don't know what's going on with the other thing I've been telling you about. So for now, unless hopefully that I'm hoping to work days this summer, I will keep you posted on that. But for now, like I said, I will be down to definitely go do some beach volleyball in the summer. A Cedar Beach. Sounds like a vibe.
Yeah, there's Jones Beach, Cedar Beach, and Long Beach. Long Beach, I don't think I'm good enough for.
Really?
Yeah, I got to get back in playing shape. Although this, whatever, off camera. So, listen, huge week in sports. You see me wearing my hat. My Phoenix Suns, baby, embarrassed me the other night because they're a bunch of freaking losers and failures. The fact that we blew that game. And I'm going to be honest with you. If we lose to the Golden State Warriors tonight, I'm coming in hot. I don't care. If we lose to the Golden State Warriors tonight, we got to have a serious conversation. Devin Booker wouldn't be the guy anymore. I'm getting sick of this. The way he used to be an absolute killer. You see, I swerved. At first, you thought I was going happy, Denny. No. Here's why. When he used to be, and when we made the finals, this is 2021. Gosh, it was that long ago.
Against the Bucks. Yeah, crazy. 5 years ago.
Wow. Time flies. And what's different about him then and now? Our team is different. Our team on paper is not a championship contender this year. Fine, whatever, Celebi. Stop hunting foul calls, Devin. Stop chucking up shots to try to bait foul calls. It works for SGA and Luka or whatever, but that's not his game. He's a legitimately talented, pure scorer. There are two guys currently in the NBA to have scored more points in a game than Devin Booker. I think Luka did it, and Bam Adebayo. I think Joel Embiid did too. Stick to your game. He shot us out of that game the other day. Our whole team was just, we got an 11-point lead late. Oh, let me just start shooting contested threes with three guys on me. Oh, 20 seconds left on the shot clock. I guess I got to take a bad shot. Oh, we lost. And now don't get me wrong. Like watching Denis Avdija play is absolutely infuriating. Good for Portland or whatever. But I'm pretty sure I got called for a foul on Denis Avdija, and I was on Long Island when they were in Phoenix. So absolutely ridiculous. But honestly, the officiating stuff for both teams, it was just not a fun game. The pace was terrible because of it. There was a whistle on darn near every single play. It was the softest play-in/playoff game I've ever seen, and it was frustrating to watch. However, like our team, it was more than a winnable game. I think our rotation sucked. Why wasn't Mark Williams out there late? We're getting out-rebounded. Throw in Mark Williams. We have a center on our team for a reason, right? Like Donovan Clingan is not David Robinson, okay? He's not Bill Walton. We can put up a little bit of a fight on him. Just have absolutely no patience for any game, especially this game. I know Draymond Green is going to do something stupid. Dylan Brooks is going to get caught up. Dylan Brooks is going to get fouled, or is going to get called for fouls, and Draymond Green's going to get away with murder, and I'm going to be frustrated, and then everybody's going to talk about how great Steph Curry is. And I'm just not here for it. Not against my team. I'm sick of this garbage. All right. I am just so sick and tired of this. And it starts with Devin Booker. He's got to get it together. You're the best player on our team. You're the fourth best Phoenix Suns player of the 21st century. You know, own it. Show up. Dominate. I'm not like in the mood for this, bro. I'm not in the mood for this. My Devils didn't make the NHL playoffs. My Yankees are playing like dog water. Dexter Lawrence might not come back to my New York Giants. Honestly, I've been in a pretty good mood. My personal life, picking up, we're looking good. I'm not in the mood for this. I'm not in the mood for the Golden State Warriors to beat us over some stupid nonsense. I'm just not with it. Not with it. So tighten up. Do what we got to do. The other night was an embarrassment. We should have won. Denis Avdija, half the people watching that game could have been Wikipediaing it, who Denis Avdija even was. And he drops 40 on us. Come on, man. Annoying.
Hello there.
Absolutely
Had
annoying.
had a phone call from one of my bosses.
No, you're good.
Where did we leave off?
No, I was just talking about my annoyed the other day about the Suns losers. We're home for it, but Steph Curry looked really good the other night. Like, come on. I know we're gonna lose.
I feel like the Warriors are kind of an underdog in this NBA playoffs this year. What can you tell me about the Golden State Warriors?
They were hurt all year long. Steph Curry barely played, so we really don't know how he's going to be.
What's up, Cooper?
And apparently, Mark Williams was listed as doubtful for today's game at one point. Now he's a game time decision with a foot injury, so maybe that's why they didn't play him. But, so annoying. We should have won that game. We shouldn't have to be playing today. Now we have to. And it's just, it's literally, it's annoying. It's annoying. We lost 114 to 110. It's a winnable game. And one thing I do want to say that annoyed the hell out of me was just like the amount of stupid fouls that were called in this game. But Portland was 17 for 23. We were 23 for 32. Make your free throws. Devin Booker was 8 for 13 from the free throw line. 0 for 2 from 3. Come on. Like, I hate to be like the tacky daytime sports TV shows. I'm not going to name them by name, but you guessed it. And like, I don't want to be like, step up. They need to step up and prove their legacies on the line. Buddy, we were robbed of the 2021 NBA championship. I will take that to my grave. Prove that we are a superior team. Prove that we deserve to be in the playoffs. I was saying on my show the other night for Old West Bear Web Radio, Tony Gibble Talk Sports, that the Golden State Warriors are 8 games below 500. They shouldn't be in the play-in. They should be out of the playoffs entirely. Why are they given a shot at redemption? They suck this year. They don't deserve it. Well, Steph Curry was not. Who cares? The NBA has been around for almost 80 years at this point. Go through all the other teams that missed the playoffs because they had an injury. Who cares? I don't. So, it's stupid. It's stupid. We shouldn't even be playing in the first place. We should have gotten through, but whatever. Now we have a one-game playoff against Golden State Warrior, Steph Curry. I'm also really worried about Kristaps Porzingis because we don't have an answer for him. Hopefully Grayson Allen plays. And Gillespie hopefully plays a little more than he did the other night. There's another thing that was a little weird. He had some injuries and whatnot kind of coming back from something, and they took it a little easy on him.
Well, yeah.
And I think that kind of proved to be a problem for us.
Yeah, well, I know the playoffs it's gonna be insane right now. There's a lot of good teams this year. Obviously, the Lakers to some made it as the 4th seed going up against the Lakers. That's an interesting series. And one interesting series that to me is the Denver Nuggets versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. I know that's a matchup dating back to a couple years ago. I remember in 24 when the Timberwolves went on that run with Anthony Edwards. That was a good play. That was a good playoffs too a couple years ago. Boston ended up coming up top against Dallas. Dallas just played better. And obviously you got the Knicks playing against the Hawks. I know a lot of people were telling me that, it's good that they're scared to play in the Hawks. They would rather play the Sixers, but what are you going to do? And, a lot of people were saying in the beginning of the season, I feel like a lot of people had the Knicks locked in for the title. I feel like now with the season coming to an end and seeing how everything unfolded and just where everybody's standing, I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of good teams. The Pistons are definitely dominant with, Cade Cunningham and just team that's going on over there. The Celtics, they got Tatum back and they were still good. They still found a way to stay competitive. So this is the time where, the team shows up. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I think I think if you're a Hornets fan, you are really rooting for um, you're really rooting for Orlando today because the Hornets might be able to beat the Pistons in a series in the coming out of the 8 seed because Cade Cunningham is coming back from a collapsed lung and we really don't know how he's going to look.
Right, that's true.
He played one game, the last game of the season. He had 7 points just so he could kind of get some, reps back, but we really don't know how he's going to hold up in a best of 7 series. So that could be a bit of an upset. Knicks Hawks is really good. Jalen Johnson's very good on the Hawks. The Knicks, ideally going into the season, I thought they were going to be coming out of the Eastern Conference. Now with the Celtics, the way they've been playing all year long, and now Tatum is back, it's hard to pick against them. I'm still going Knicks. Why not? I'm rooting for the Knicks, so I might as well pick them. I think it's going to be Knicks versus Denver, and we'll see what happens. But some of these first round series, I think all these first round series can shape up to be interesting. Like San Antonio versus Portland, don't rule that out. That might be a closer series than you realize, especially if Portland plays the way they did the other night. Granted, I think Denny Avdia has always struggled against any kind of real rim protector, which is something Phoenix doesn't have. So we'll see how that pans out. But and San Antonio is favored by 1 million against them, but whatever. The winner of Suns and Warriors is going to get creamed by the Thunder. But Rockets and Lakers, that's going to be excellent. That could go 7 games. Nuggets Denver, that's going to be a great series. In the East, I actually have Toronto upsetting the Cavaliers. Why not? Knicks Hawks is going to be fun. You guys should win that series. But round 2 is going to be tough if you go up against Boston. And Pistons versus Hornets can be really fun as well. I mean, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Anything else you want to take away from the playoffs before we move on?
Nah, I think we got off it. Like I said, I'm going Denver and Knicks in the finals.
I'm not going to make any projections yet, but I don't know. I like the Hawks. I feel like a team that shouldn't be slept on. But they don't got Trae Young. I know Trae Young's on the Wizards. Yeah. That would have added more to it. I know he's been coming after.
They've actually been way better without him.
Really?
He might be a bit of a bust. I don't know if I'd say bust, but a regression.
Sounds like more of a regression.
Yeah, but it's been since they made the conference finals a couple years ago. He's just getting exponentially worse and worse every year.
And again, I forgot that Cade Cunningham's injury was that bad. He had a collapsed lung. I forgot it was that bad. So my apologies on that. I want to correct that myself on the air. Hopefully they don't use him too much. Hopefully they are cautious with him, especially as the number 1 seed. There's no need to kind of rush him back into kind of, in the playoffs right away. Kind of let him take his time so where he's fully healthy and he could be his dominant self. So like I said, the Pistons are the number 1 seed. I don't think they really need to go. Then again, who they play? They might play the Hornets or the Magic. But like I said, I don't think they need to go too crazy. The Pistons. So maybe I'm not saying he could sit out the series, but if he does, it's not a bad idea. So make sure that he's fully healthy and ready to go because of his collapsed lung. So hope Cade Cunningham is fully rested and he's going to be better. And so I just think it's going to be a good playoff. But I think that's it. I feel like with the NHL playoffs, of course, the New York Islanders didn't make it, but a lot of people are disappointed because of the way they started. They were deep in the playoffs. If they kept winning, they would have had the playoffs secured in the bag. But of course, that was not the case. That was just not the case. They just were losing games after games. I remember I was at the game against the Flyers on Good Friday, Friday before Easter, and I was with a couple buddies of ours, and they just were not. It was awful. It was not a good game. It was probably the worst Islanders game I've ever seen, and I have seen some bad Islanders hockey. It was just not watchable. Like, what is this? That's what I was, they barely were getting any shots off the net. I believe they ended the period with maybe like 1 or 2 shots off net. That's bad. That's bad. And so they just, it was just unwatchable. But, it just, it just wasn't meant to be. But I feel like a lot of people could take away from the Islanders season and said, when it's one person, and Dennis, who was that person?
Schaefer?
Exactly. Yeah, you had it.
Matt Schaefer?
Yes, Matthew Schaefer. So that's what people are happy for. Hey, you know what? He had a great season. He's a rookie that they're going to build around. A lot of potential, humble, great kid. And a lot of, obviously the Islanders do got a good future. A lot of people saying they overachieved, which is, I guess, a good thing. But it would have been nice to see them in the playoffs, keep it going. You never know. What's that?
Who would say they overachieved?
Come on, buddy.
I completely disagree with that.
Really?
Yeah. You're paying so much to Ilya Sorokin. Bo Horvat, Matt Barzal, like those guys aren't getting younger. I'm like, I mean, I don't know. How old is JG Pajot at this point? 33? Like,
it did say
we've been expecting this core to win since 2020. That first Lightning series. Then 21, it looked like they were actually going to do it. I remember that. That team was really fun to watch.
It was amazing.
They came up short against Tampa again. And since then, they've just been snowballed into mediocrity, and now they're just bad. I mean, if you look at their schedule, they finished 43 and 34. But if you actually look at the wins and losses, it's just 3-game losing streak, 4-game winning streak, 3-game losing streak, 3-game losing streak, 2-game winning streak. It's just streaks and streaks and streaks and streaks and streaks. And then they wound up winning only 1 game of their last, what?
Last 5?
No. Well, yeah. Yeah, technically, yes, but I'm looking at a bigger sample size, which was 1 over their last 8. I didn't expect a championship team, but to not make the playoffs? One thing's for certain. All the hype Ilya Sorokin had 5 years ago is gone. You guys don't got Marty Brodeur. That's not Dom Hasek over there. I'm not saying that like you need to upgrade from him, but I am saying overpaid. I don't know.
I mean, hey. Yeah,
listen, I'm looking at my team, and it's like, well, your Devils were eliminated before the Islanders. I get it. But I also know the biggest flaws on the Devils are our goaltending and stay healthy. If we stayed healthy, we could get into the playoffs. You never know what happens with a goalie gets hot or something like that. I'm all right with that. I shouldn't say all right, but I can handle it. You guys, it's like, jeez Louise. When one thing looks like it's fixed, one thing breaks. And the thing you said about the that Flyers game, I pulled up the game log. You guys actually had more shots on goal than the Flyers did.
We should have saw the first period.
You guys were down 2-0 in the first period, and then it was 3-1 going to the third, and then you end up losing 4-1.
Because what I'm saying is the first period was not like that at all.
The shots against for the game, the Flyers saw 22, Sorokin saw 21. So very small, but you let up 4 goals. I don't know. Like, Scott Mayfield is supposed to be a really good defenseman. Matt Schaefer is supposed to be a good defense. Like, you guys are supposed to have good defensemen. It's like, I don't know what's going on in your team. I mean, realistically, you guys are going to get rid of Louis Murillo. Pains me to say as a Devils fan. But, yeah. Who was that? I mean, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I thought that was interesting. that your team didn't make it, and we'll see how it goes. But it's not. I think this is going to be a long off season for you guys.
Yeah, and it just started, but what are you going to do it?
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to do? Yeah, I guess so. I'm excited for the playoffs. In both, I'm interested to see how the Sabres are going to do, and I keep raving about them because they ended their long-standing playoff drought. They were ahead of the Jets, New York Jets. Now the New York Jets have the longest playoff streak in professional sports right now. Unfortunately, crazy. But I'm interested to see how they're doing. Sean Flanagan, a good buddy of ours, he said that they have no experience, but I don't even know.
Listen, a buddy of mine is like a hockey savant, one of those like how I am a baseball, like lives and dies by every game, watches every game. He said if the Sabres steer clear of the Lightning, he says they should come out of the East. The way the season wound up playing out, they might have to fight the Lightning in round 2. But he said that the Sabres could get out of the East. He actually told me, I said, if you're a gambling man, who would you pick to come out of the Eastern Conference? He said the Sabres. Because this isn't like a proven playoff team. Like, I don't know how much that matters in hockey. Really and truthfully, like as weird as that sounds, really and truthfully, like if your goalie gets hot, you can steal games. I mean, the Devils did it a couple years ago when we had Akira Schmidt. It was like a complete tomato can, but got hot at the right time, and we got out of the first round. It's doable.
It's doable.
Especially when you have the talent they have on their roster. Like, it is doable. But we'll see. I'm rooting for them. I'm rooting for a Sabres-Ducks championship. Let's book it. That's television, baby.
Mm.
Now, that's the kind of game we go to Croxley's for.
That is. You can always go for some Croxley's wings.
That's a draw, baby. That's a draw.
DJ. So. SportsShack. Good night. I mean, really kind of covers both playoffs. Baseball, that's another. What's there to talk about in baseball? Mets suck, Yankees suck. Both teams suck. Except the Yankees have won games. I'll give credit to the Yankees. I'll give credit to it right there. Two watchable games. Like the Mets haven't been watchable. Like
the Yankees have been watchable for not good reasons. Oh my God, there is so much offense. Yeah, against them. Like it was fun to see. It was fun to see Mike Trout find the fountain of youth.
Yeah, Mike. Yeah, it's pretty cool because now it feels like it's 2012 again. Watching Mike, it feels like it's 2012 again. Watching Mike, prime Mike Trout. But then again, it's only 32-year-old Mike Trout, 32, 33, however old he is.
Yeah, I'm back in my old middle school. Mike Trout looks like an MVP candidate. What year is it, Brandon? So it's like, it's one of those things where I'm happy for him. Realistically,
he's been through a lot.
You look at the games played over the last couple of years, right? It's like now he's DHing this year. He finally for years he was adamant he wanted to play center field. I think that ego cost them a lot. Part of me thinks maybe that ego cost them Shohei Ohtani. Not in that he's like difficult, but like if he moved to a corner outfield spot, he could have been healthier. But now some guys are more engaged in the outfield. It's tough. It's tough. But we'll see. It's a fun storyline so far. And there's been some fun ones. We almost had a no-hitter in Cleveland for the first time since 1981 last night. That was really fun to watch. I was watching on an MLB, and it was so exciting. And, of course, it fell apart in the top of the ninth inning. That was Parker Messick of the Cleveland Guardians. and just a great game. Brandon, I don't know if you heard about this or not. I know you work nights, but I'll just give you a little recap for those of you who haven't. That Guardians wound up winning 4-2. Orioles scored 2 runs in the 9th inning after Parker Messick gave up his first hit of the game, and had 9 strikeouts over 8 innings, 12 pitches on the game, 112 pitches, and just a really fun watch to see this kid who, admittedly, I've never heard of, 25-year-old lefty out of Plant City, Florida, get the opportunity to really show up. He debuted last year. Again, this guy under the radar, only played in 7 games last year, and now this year he looks phenomenal so far to start the year. Over 3 games, 19 innings pitched, only give up 3 earned runs, 20 strikeouts on the year so far. Some walk issues, but he's a young guy. He could figure it out. That's exciting to see. The Rockies have been like a fun team. Pirates, we said Paul Skeens, we need them. The Pirates need to get run support. That's been fun. So now I know you're saying, Dennis, what about your Yankees? I'm going to, just keep talking about all the other stuff so I don't have to talk about the Yankees because I know you got to go somewhere and I can avoid it. It's like
one thing I will talk about like I said, in terms of, like I said, with Mike Trout, it's crazy. It's like, I didn't know it was 2012. It's cool to see what he's been doing. I know. I want to hear your thoughts on this Waldo Pereira, right? Is that how I say his name?
Yeah, the first time. Oswald Peraza.
What's going on with him? Because I know he had a tear. Same thing with Jeff McNeil. I wouldn't say he had a big series against the Mets, but he had a contributing series. What's going on with?
I don't know.
He ended up torching the Yankees the way he did.
What do you want me to say? The way the Yankees have handled our prospects in the 21st century has sucked. Miguel Andujar has flourished since leaving the Yankees. Well, yeah, whatever. I'll roll my eyes. Gleyber Torres has looked okay at times for Detroit. Whatever. What do you want me to say?
I don't know. Yeah, it's definitely interesting.
Brandon, I suck at baseball. Like I can't show up and play for the team. One thing I will say about the Yankees, our bullpen sucks. This is like the 3rd year in a row I'm saying, like, the Yankees haven't had a bad bullpen since the 70s. I trust them to get it right. I no longer trust them to get it right. Goose Gossage walking through that door, to quote Rick, semi-quote Rick Pitino. What he said about Kevin McHale is not walking through that door. I don't know, man. Dave Righetti's not walking through that door, I guess. Like, we got to figure this out. Who's our closer? I don't know. Who's our high leverage guy? Tim Hill. Like who else do we have? Like, I don't know. They're saying like Luis Heel might move to the bullpen. Or at least that's what a lot of fans are saying. I don't know if the team is necessarily saying it, but we have so many holes in the bullpen, and that should be the main concern. Offensively, I think we're going to get it right. And it's just, that's life, man. It's like we got to keep taking it day by day. Like, and I think the New York media is starting to really piss me off. But like we'll see how it goes. Like, did Jazz Chisholm screw up the other day? Yeah. I also think like people were like, he didn't even know the rule. Like, he didn't even know what he was supposed to do. It's like, if you watch the clip, he was clearly being sarcastic. As in, like, yeah, I played baseball my whole life. I had no idea that's what I was supposed to do with the ball. Like, at all. Like, he was supposed to throw home with it. Guys, he was making the play from the dirt. What do you really think there's a world he's getting that out?
Yeah.
Stop. Like, I've kind of realized that, like, I enjoy Yankees games significantly more when I don't listen to certain radio channels on the same day. We'll see. You guys got to start hitting. That's your problem.
That's what I'm saying. We're not hitting at all. Our hitting is atrocious. It's so
guys hadn't hit. I'm not trying to hate. I was looking at this the other day when I was talking with Josh. good friend of ours. You guys haven't had more than 3 runs once since opening since April 5th.
There's nothing to hate. It's true. It's just something to hate. We're not hitting. It's simple. Like, we have the pitching, but if you're not going to hit, then there's nothing to. There's no reason to show up and play. They haven't been competitive. It's awful. I don't know. And I keep saying this. Would they have been the same with McNeil and Alonso and Nimmo in the same core, or would they been doing the same? I don't know. So it's just I don't know what's going on. I don't know what Steve Cohen is trusting with David Stearns. I'm not liking this right now. I know it's April, but like, come on, make it watchable. It's already April and it's already unwatchable. And get it, Juan Soto's been out. Yes, but still, come on. Juan Soto doesn't make up for 9 guys. It's our whole lineup. It's a team game. Come on.
Really, truthfully, like, one of your only good hitters so far has been Francisco Alvarez.
A little bit.
He's been good. Pete Alonso, if it means anything to you, only has 2 home runs, 8 RBIs already, which is nuts. 96 OPS plus, so he's at 200 batting average, like kind of just mediocre. But I'm gonna pull up your guys' stats for the day, for the season so far. Yeah, it ain't looking good. Francisco Alvarez and Luis Robert Jr. are kind of the only guys worth talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, it's only worth talking about.
I don't get it. And I know, like, Lindor has always been a very slow starter. Same thing with Bo Bichette. I think if you were being, like, objective, if you had to guess, like, how the Mets season would shake up, like, I guess this is kind of what you would expect for them to start off slowly and get hot in May.
I know, but just all these games matter. All these games matter, in my opinion.
I agree.
All these games matter, so I don't care if
I'm right there with you.
It better be a watchable summer. Just make it watchable.
My other big concern for the Mets is last year you were completely gifted the Atlanta Braves falling apart. Is that going to happen again? Is their entire team going to get injured again? I don't think so. The Marlins have looked pretty good. They're kind of regressing a little bit, but we'll see. The Phillies, what do they have left in the tank? Zach Wheeler hasn't even come up to the MLB squad yet. The Nationals, I had as one of the teams that could be like a frisky, almost playoff team. You guys are in a tough division. If you guys, with Edwin Diaz and Pete Alonso and Jeff McNeil and Brandon Nimmo, missed the playoffs last year, you guys were handed gold. Blew it. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. You guys should have tried harder to get Edwin Diaz back. That was
my thing with. I don't mind Jorge Polanco, but he's just riddled with injuries.
Is he an injury-prone guy?
Now he's got a wrist issue. He's had Achilles issues. Like, can this guy stay healthy?
He's not on the IL.
Not yet.
Not yet, is right, yeah.
Not
oh,
yet.
God.
What?
I didn't realize this.
What?
I'm just looking at the game logs. You're right. He's 2020 played 55 games. Before that, in 19, he played 153. 2021, he played 152. He's never reached 140 again.
No, of course.
He was 104 in 22, 80 in 23, 118 in 24, 138 last year. He's he's an above average hitter by OPS plus. 262 career hitter. That's about right. That's a kind of a true batting average guy for him. Not much of a power bat.
So he ever plays DH?
I don't know.
It's another bonehead move by Stearns.
He's credited as being a shortstop and second baseman. In my mind, he is like a second baseman. To be honest with you, I always thought he was a third baseman.
My thing is real quick, and then I do want to wrap up because I do got to go. I hate when the Mets, they always put these players out of position. Like Brett Beatty, he's a third baseman. He's played first base. He's played the outfield. Like what? Like you got to keep Bo Bichette. He's a shortstop, and you have him playing third, even though he's been playing good so far. But still,
yeah,
like all these players playing out of position. I get it. You want to get their bats in the lineup, but it looks like me playing pitcher in Little League when I was a kid. Never should have put me on the mound. Let me tell you that.
Bichette was brought in to be a third baseman. I think you guys should have probably just brought in Alex Bregman. That's besides the point. I think you were outbid. That to me makes sense. They brought him in with the intent of being the third baseman because Lindor is playing short. Or with how Brett Beatty's been playing, why don't you just ask Bo Bichette, would you be more comfortable going to second?
Well, then he got Simeon. Where's Simeon going to go?
Oh, that's right. I forgot you had him.
And he's not even playing good either, so he might get the boot. He has not been playing good.
Meanwhile, Brandon Nemo's like on fire, isn't he?
He's been playing pretty good.
Let me look it up on Baseball Reference here. He had at one point he did look good this 175 OPS plus. Thanks for playing. So I mean, that's like, boy, huh? April 17th, huh? A lot of game left. He had 2.9 wins above replacement last year. He had 1.1 already. Good Lord. 19 games into the season. 316 batting average. He's got the stone cold batting average, 316. All right. Dang. The first year he's not a Met, he might get his first All-Star. Early. I know, but let's have fun with it.
Hey,
Let's take the Mets mother down.
Damn, I appreciate it. Did Alonso Diaz had a blown save the other night, right?
Yeah, his first blown save of the season. Whatever.
What are you going to do? But I'm sure he'll get it together. He's known to get it together.
Yeah. They have Alex Vesia, too. Like, they have
a lot of pieces.
He's a luxury. He's not a need for the Dodgers.
Yeah, they had to do that. I don't know what they thought they thought they cooked, but they really, I don't know. They just.
I to be honest with you, Brandon, I think it's the reason they got Edwin Diaz is so you don't have him. That's why.
Of course, screw over the Mets.
Classic move. The Yankees did that years ago with Jose Canseco. It's a good story about that. His stats against Andy Pettit and Roger Clemens are always so good that when he was available, the Yankees got him. And they told him, you're not going to play a lot. We got you just so Boston can't. It happens.
But I think that kind of wraps it up. Anything else before we leave?
Go Suns.
Good luck to the Suns.
We're going to need it. And I got to get my drinky drinks for later.
All right, thank you, everybody. Hope everybody. Just 1 second. There you go. Hope everybody has a great rest of your weekend. We got to hopefully maybe do an episode before the draft so we can talk about that. My name is Brandon John Natali, along with Denis Tui. Everybody has a great day.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.
All right, that was good. Hopefully,